Hello. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I thank you for joining me today for my Tickle Tuesday video. I have some exciting things that I want to show you this week, both today and on Sunday. And so I am in the midst, so we're going to get going. I'm in the midst of making treat boxes, but they're very special treat boxes. And I'm going to show you one that I've done already. And these are backpacks. Aren't they cool? Isn't that cute? I just absolutely love it. We are getting ready. We had, for my card ministry, we had a teacher contact us and asked us if we would do something special that she could give to all her teachers at the beginning of the year, kind of a back to school celebration thing. And I found these backpacks, and I was just so excited about it. And let's see, let me see if I could find her name. The person who does this is Julie DiMato or Mattio. Um, she's a paper pixie on the YouTube, and that's where I found this. And so we are going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to make a backpack with you. I'm going to show you, first of all, the products that we will be using. I took some, I've already cut up all my little pieces. So the DSP paper is the Florals in Bloom. This is the Lost Lagoon cardstock. We will be using the green glue, a bone folder. If you have a corner punch, it would be ideal for you. And then some Velcro. These are 1/2 inch Velcro pieces. And so and then oh yes, the circles that we're using in this is the layering circle dies labels are this one and the teeny tiny one in here under the stylus shapes. So those I used in this, and those are old Stampin' Up labels, but they work best for this project. So I am going to get going. These are the templates that she has given us. So I'm going to score everything, show you how to do that, and then we'll begin working with the template. All right. First of all, you have an 8.5 by piece of paper, and you need to cut off a 1/2 inch to make it an 8 by 11. And I've already cut that, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Along the 11-inch side, oh, and you need 2 pieces. This one is 4 by 8. All right. Okay, let's go back to the big one, 8 by 11. Trying to get this stuff out of the way so I can move around here. Okay. On the 11th side, we are going to score at 3 3/4. And then 5 1/4. And then 9 inches. And 10.5. Okay, now I'm going to rotate it clockwise and score along the 8-inch side. And I'm going to score at 1.5. Six. And 6.5. Okay, then we are going to rotate the paper counterclockwise, And along the 11-inch side between the second score line, can you see that? And the third one, we're going to score right in between those two, not any further. So let's see, let's set this up here. And we're going to go to 4.5. And I'm going to score right in between. All right, and 9 3/4. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. And that should be it for this piece. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score the pocket right away again. This will be our pocket, the 4x8. So along the 8-inch side, I'm going to score at 3 1/4. 3 3/4. 7 and 7.5. All right, just want to make sure I got that. Okay, then I'm going to rotate it clockwise, and I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch. And 2.5. And one more score at 3. Okay, so we've got all our score lines done. So I'm going to put this away. And we are going to start with our pocket. Now, she gave us some templates, so we're going to follow this. And this is the pocket side, so I'm going to take a look at this here and make sure that my score lines are at the same direction that hers are. And basically what happens is the gray areas get cut out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start down here at my little square. And I'm going to cut that out. And make sure I get right on the line. Oh, I forgot to burnish first. Let's do that real quick. It's real important to burnish, and you can work with it better if you do. So you just want to take your bone folder and just make some really nice creases with it. Okay, that should take care of it. All right, now back to my bottom corner. Okay, what I'm going to do is I took that out. Then I'm going to cut out this gray area here. So that means I have to start here at my second score line and go all the way over here. So I don't know if you can see that I'm on the score line or not. I think you can kind of see. Okay. Now, two things have to happen. These little triangle things, I don't know, it might be too far away. But she's got like these little triangles there. That just means we're cutting down to make tabs. All right. So this is the side tab. And so we're just going to make a miter cut. on both sides. And then we're going to cut up to the first line here, up to the line. We're going to go straight up there, straight up there, and straight up on this one. Okay, then I'm going to fold these back so I just see these tabs, and I'm going to do some miter cuts on these. This project is so fun to do, and I think it's so stinking cute. All right. And then I'm going to take my corner punch, and this top part right here, I'm going to corner there and there. I got this a long time ago before I even started with Stampin' Up at a craft shop. So you can get them anywhere. You can order them on Amazon as well. And they don't all look like this. They're just, you just want to look for a corner punch, or corner rounder, it might say as well. All right. Now we are ready to assemble this. First, we're going to glue our piece of DSP that will go right on here. And you just want to put it right in the center of that. You'll have a little bit of a border all the way around. You're using the liquid glue so that you have a chance to wiggle it if you need to. Okay? All right, now we can get going. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on this tab, this far end. And I'm going to flip it over like that and bring my paper around, and I'm going to match up where all those score lines have been so that it's right lined up right there, as you can see, lined up, and that'll square away our box. Okay, next we're going to push in those little tabs, and we're going to put glue on the front flap. And then what we do is we put the back flap down first. We've got to make sure those tabs get down so you can do that. There we go. Make sure you square it away so it, square it up so that it fits right. And then we're going to put that front flap down. And then you can set it down and take your bone folder and just rub it along the bottom to get it secure. And then you should be set. And here's our little pocket. Now we're going to put some Velcro on there. And one end is considered a hook. And what I found that to be, by the way, they don't come put together like this. I put them together that way so it's easier for me. The hook is the flatter side, okay? And that's the one that you want to adhere first, or get into place first. So I'm going to remove the backing. There we go. And I'm going to put it in the middle where I would like to see it. And then I'm going to pull the backing off the top part. Oh, it wants to stick to my fingers. And I'm going to turn this around and squeeze on it. Then I'm going to pull that up. And I'm just going to press on these dots one more time to make sure that they are secure and in place. This box does not hold a business card. It looks like it should, but it's smaller than a business card. So just keep that in mind. And I will show you the different things that you can do with these as soon as I get it all put together. Okay, now we're going to work on our backpack piece. And I need to look at this and make sure that everything's lined up according to my template. I have it all in place. So first I'm going to burnish everything. Well, yeah, let's see. I need to change my blade on my trimmer because I'm getting all these fuzzies. Okay. Did I do both? Yes, I did. Okay, now I have this side. Here. And actually this middle one, this is the one where it doesn't go all the way. So I'm not too worried. Oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was down too far. This middle line doesn't have to be burnished, but if you just bend it over, it'll be okay. And you'll understand why as we put this together. The same thing over here. This middle line, you can bend it, but you don't have to really burnish it. All right, and then we're going to do one more with the bone folder. Okay. Now let's get this back to where I need it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this little corner right here. Okay. And then the other big thing is I have to remove all of this from this second fold down all the way to that end. It seems like you're wasting a lot of paper, but you have to have it in order to get it all put together right, I guess. This video is going to be a little longer than what I normally do because we're going through this whole project. But I think you'll be happy because it is so cute. All right. Then we're going to cut, let's see, that's a middle line. So we're going to cut down here. And we're going to cut on this line up to that line. Don't go any further. We just cut right up to that line. And one more cut. Okay. Now I'm going to flip these back so I can see my tabs, and I'm going to do all my miter cuts. So that means this one and here. And two more. Okay. Now we've got it all set to fold together, except I need to punch out the corners on those as well. Okay. All right. Then we're going to take this piece of the Flowers in Bloom DSP. And we're going to put it right here. And again, you just center it. There's a little bit of a border all the way around. You use your liquid glue so you can, move it around so you can get it where you want it. Okay, then on this far end, I'm going to put some glue. And I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to flip it over to this part. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up with my score lines again. And make sure that it's right in place. Okay. Now, before we do any more folding, we are going to put our pocket on. So you can fold it this way or this way. It doesn't really matter. Your pocket's going to go on this big piece. Okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put some glue on here. And then what you want to do is you want to put so that it's like a 1/4 inch up and a 1/4 inch on both sides. You just want to center it along those lines right there. Hold it in place. And then you can open this up and press down with your hand inside. Okay, now we're going to do like we did with the pocket. We're going to put these tabs in. We're going to glue those and we're going to glue the front flap. So here we go. Oh, so glue on the tabs and on the front flap. Okay, and then you make sure that everything matches up and you get a good square around there. Again, you can turn it around. You can use your green glue and get that in there, or you can use the round end again of your bone folder. All right. Now, this is that middle line that we put in that we didn't score all the way across. This is that middle line, and it's there for us to make a crease so we can pinch our ends together. And what you want to do is you want to use both of your index fingers to kind of guide and push it down. If you don't do that, you're going to get a lot of bumps and stuff. So you want to make sure that you guide it that way. All right. Let's see, I got my pocket on a little crooked. I don't think it'll be too noticeable. Anyway, and then I'm going to take another Velcro piece. Look for that hook. And I'm going to place it where I want, which I think is right there. Then I'm going to take the backing off of here. Now what I want to do is make sure that this top piece is centered right on that bottom one. Okay. And then I pinch that together, flip this over, and you got, well, you shouldn't pinch it together, I suppose. You got to make sure that this piece fits squarely there on the top. And then you just press it over, and then you can pinch, if that makes any sense. All right. And again, you can take it apart and just press those dots down one more time to make sure that they fit good. All right, there is the front of our backpack. Now there's 3 half-inch strips that you make. One is a 1/2 by 4.5, and the others are 6.5 by 1/2. So 4, oh, gee, can't remember. Let me look. 4.5 by 1/2 and 6.5 by 1/2. All right. And then what we're going to do is this one is going to become our holder up top. And we are going to curl it and make it look like an inchworm. All right. So you got to start with one side first. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time holding it together. So you take one side and you put it down, get it, square it with the end, and just hold that for a little bit. And then you want to take, then you want to take this end and you're going to square that up as well and hold. I think I put it. It's hard to know which side is actually going to loop for you and not make all these little dents. And she tried to show us on what, like that right away it flips like that, but this one bends more. So I want to make sure that my bend is on the outside. And I didn't really test it before I put it on. So, but that's something you want to watch for. Because when you do, then you get a nice curve in your inchworm. See what I'm talking about? Okay. So you want the side that bends easier and doesn't make all those little creases. Okay, then we are going to do our straps. And we just scored at a 1/2 inch. And what you want to do is you want to start in the corner, the bottom corner of your backpack. And you want to line it up so that this edge is going to be kind of in the middle of the backpack and of this handle. So I'm just going to hold that for a little bit. And then I'm going to put some glue on this end. And I'm going to make sure that this side is the one that's more towards the middle. Right? Okay, then we'll do this one. Whoa, that's quite a bit of glue. Oh, I think I've put it on the wrong side now. Oh well. Again, you go down to the bottom corner. And this will go up here, centered with that. Okay, there again. You got to watch how your straps bend as well, so that you don't get all those bumps. And it's really tricky to figure it out because you have to figure out how you're going to put your tab as well as keep this bending, the flow of that bend. But it doesn't look bad. It's pretty stinking cute anyway. And then I'm going to take, oh, I forgot to look for then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put that right in the middle. Now, what she did, as you can see in here, she found a stamp with the love and she stamped that in the middle. Because these are for teachers, I didn't want to have something like that. So I'm just putting in embellishments. So let me grab something real quick. These are the Faceted Gems Trio Pack. I'm so glad they still have these. I think these are so pretty. And where's my take your pick? Right over here. And I'm just going to take one of these and I'm just going to stick it right smack dab in the middle of that. And what we're doing is we're just decorating a little bit on our backpack. Not much, just a little, give it some pizzazz, I guess. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to put glue on this part right here. And we're going to put that right in the middle, like that. Okay, there's our backpack. I'll show you some of the others that I did. This is one that was done earlier. And I put some extra gems on them, partially to cover up a mistake that had happened. My fingers were full of glue and it grabbed a layer of paper and tore it. I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do now? So I just fixed it up by adding some more stone or gems. Then there's this one. And I'm showing you this one. Now, and I have a few more that I'm going to be doing as well. But that's how you make your backpack. Now, I do need to tell you, if you want to fill these, they will only take 3 ounces of candy. If you put any more in there, your this will not shut because it's going to be too fat. You can put a candy bar in there, a little candy bar. I went to the dollar store and just tested this all out. And you can take like a little candy bar and put that in here as well. Some other ideas, one other idea that she gave that I thought was really cool is you can put a notepad inside with a keychain Sharpie. And I thought that was really a cute idea. So if you want to do something like this for your kids to take to their teachers on the first day of school, that would be just awesome. You can fit the notepad right in here with the Sharpie. And then you can add your candy bar and give it to them as a little gift. So it's really neat and fun. I love doing these. I'm so excited about making some more. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if you have any further questions, please let me know. I'm going to try and get a picture of this template that Julie made so that you will have that on the blog and you can follow along with that as well. All right. Well, thank you so much. You have a fantastic week, and I will see you on Sunday for my Simple Sunday video. Bye now.